Good evening, guys. This is Leffernan. I'm going through and giving you some more videos as far as like how to play this game and not go through and spend all the money in the world. So I know that that's a kind of really difficult concept for a lot of players, especially for me. When I first started out, I've spent a lot of money that I really did not need to. And one thing that I'm going to show you guys, like in this video, that's really super useful is being very picky with what you level up and when. So when you initially started the game, right? Now you can see like on these buildings, you'll see like a number and all that kind of stuff. Like this one has a 30, this one has a 24, a 19, stuff like that. Everybody, they want to go through and get the levels up as soon as they possibly can. They're like, oh, I want a level, I want a level, I want a level, I want a level. One trick that you really need to like do from the very beginning is hold your hero and your city back. Like, so here's what I mean by that. When you get to be one of the bigger players in the game, you're going to make it to where everybody wants to attack you. And there are, in all different kinds of kingdoms, there are a thing called ROE. So ROE is basically rules of engagement. So here's one thing that I must show everybody, and the reason why I bring this up. Right now, my capital is a level 30. Okay, so for level 30, I can basically be attacked by anyone in our kingdom. Whether or not you're, a level 5 or you're a level, 15 or a level 20 or whatever for your clan capital. It is usually to where 20 and above can be attacked by anyone. Whether or not the person has a capital of level like 38 or 21, they're all the exact same in the eyes of the rules of engagement for most kingdoms. So like right now, my might is at basically 77 million, whatever. It's nice in some ways because I'm more powerful than a lot of the people in my kingdom. Now, granted, my kingdom is a starter level kingdom, and we're going to open up to the world in roughly about 3 weeks, I think, or it's 2.5 weeks or something. And when that happens, we're going to probably get smashed. If you're seeing this video past September 23rd, you're probably going to be like, oh yeah, I remember Leffernan. He was in that kingdom that went through and got whopped by this bigger players. And when you're thinking like, hey, this guy's doing pretty good, or oh, I'm doing pretty good and everything, you always must realize that there is bigger players than you out there. So like in my kingdom, I think I'm like the third strongest. Whether or not we're talking about on a daily basis. I mean, granted, mercs can be bought and so can be bought and then they go away and then buy more and go away and all this other kind of stuff. But your power is very vital to what exactly, you want to do. If you're more powerful, then you can play more events, then you can do more things because you probably are going to have more resources that are going to come your way. You can get into better clans because they're going to be like, oh, that person has this much might. That means that they must be a really strong player. They like to play a lot or whatever. So they're going to want to bring you in quicker than they're going to want to bring in somebody that's at a lower level. But it's also where you're going to be the biggest target out there. So right now I have a bubble around my city because I'm in development mode. I am trying to go through and get Beowulf. And I'm going to, like, this video is why it's important to get different things that matter. So that's basically, if I had to title this one, it's like, why does it matter? Like, or what matters in this game? What's the most important thing in this game? The most important thing in this game is to build smart. Don't just build quickly. When you are at that certain capital level, like we were talking about a second ago, if you're at level 17 or 18, only people that are usually from level 10 to level 10 to level 20 can attack you. So we have a player in our kingdom or in our clan that is really, really, good at this game and everything. I'm going to give a shout out to her, VI Queen. And she goes through and she keeps it to where her capital level is low but then she develops everything that she can around it to make it to where it's super strong. Now, what this does is it keeps it to where only certain players can attack her. And I can promise you this, if you're following the rules of engagement for a kingdom, you're not going to be able to attack her unless you're, level 19 for a capital or 18 or whatever. So you'll see a lot of players that get up to like level 19 and then they'll stop, which is a really, really smart idea, because then you can build up your army, you can build up your buildings and everything else. And you could get to a certain level with all your buildings, like 19, and then you got to basically stop too, because then it's going to say, oh, well, you got to wait for this, or you got to wait for that. Now, for me, because of the fact that I'm trying to build quickly, I'm having to chase anything that I possibly can in order to make me more powerful. So one of the things that, will determine your power in this game, it's not just the size of your army and the level of your guardsmen. A lot of time it's, about the amount of mercs that you have, but we're going to avoid that part. So here's my hero and everything. This is one of the things that will help you get powerful. You have to get the right equipment. So right now I got this one equipment that's called Emperor's Wrath. And it's basically that each one of the components, I'll show you exactly what exactly it does. It helps out your army strength, your army health, your leadership, your authority, your dominance, and durability is nice. Your durability means how many fights can you get in before this thing is going to need to be repaired. So I have it to where I increased my blacksmithing section very early. And so now it's like completely maxed out. I think except from gems, I haven't finished gems in the very bottom right-hand corner, but I'll get to that in a little bit. With this one, it's to where my army is going to be better yet. Like if you think of an army, you think of, oh, we have a leader and everybody else is going to follow them. So I have it to where it's set up that I have a set of equipment that is for whenever this guy leaves, then he's going to be able to go through and, basically command the troops, have it to where they follow his orders, and they'll be strong for it. Now, the other thing that when you're looking at this guy, and this is why I was saying be smart and be like, know what to do. This is Ulrich. Okay, so Ulrich is basically the name of the, hero, captain, whatever. And he has an ability that is really, really useful. It is to where no army can attack your city when he's in less than 4 hours. Now, I know for those of you that are experienced, they're like, oh, that's not true. And that is correct. It is not true, because there are a thing called speed ups. You can speed up the march. And when you speed up the march, it is going to take the amount of time that it takes and cut it in half. 4 hours becomes 2 hours. 2 hours becomes 1 hour. 1 hour becomes 30 minutes. 30 minutes becomes 15 minutes. 15 minutes becomes 7.5 minutes. So if I was pissing somebody off and they decide to attack my city and Ulrich is there, it is going to take them, no matter what, at least 7.5 minutes to attack me. During that time, I can go through and tell the rest of my buddies, hey, I'm about to be attacked. I have 7 minutes until they get there. Come on over here and reinforce my city. That's why this is important. If you do not have Ulrich, get him. I'm going to show you exactly how to get him to. Like I said, if you're going to play this game, you got to play smart. And so we're going to play smart. So now we got to go to our sales up here in the corner. Sorry that I got to do this at an angle. It's because of the fact that I had my phone plugged in because it was dying. Is I'm on it all day long playing this darn game. Okay, so for Ulrich, you go over to extras. And then you're going to basically scroll across. Now, if you're on the phone, you're scrolling down. Okay, choose your hero. See this? This sale is $49.99. I can promise you this. This is the best $49.99 you're ever going to spend. Now, initially, when you first start out the game, and I know this because I just had to restart for part of the Beowulf thing, they give you one free unlock, I believe. At least it was when I, got on over to the Beowulf Kingdom. That unlock means that you can pick any one of these heroes. See how Ulrich is front and center? He's the most used. And then that will allow it to where your enemies have to take at least 7 minutes and 30 seconds in order to attack you. And trust me, if you find out that you're being attacked and you can tell that this is going to be somebody that's going to be bigger than you, and usually what I do, I look at the size of their dragon. If their dragon is really, really small, I can beat it. If their dragon is massive, run. Put your army in a different location. Let them, destroy your city wall, but they won't destroy your army. So Ulrich is a really good way in order to use this. In order to access it, go on over to the extras area. Find and choose your hero. Get Ulrich. If you are a player that does not just like, whether or not you're not that far along or you're not that good at the game or whatever. There are players that are far along in the game and they still use Ulrich, but it's a more of a defensive aspect. When you are getting up there in levels up to like level 100, when you're still guardsman level 5 or below, Ulrich is the best one to have. So I would highly suggest that everybody, no matter what, gets Ulrich, both in my clan and every other clan on out there, because a lot of times what people will do is, if they notice that your city has Ulrich, they will not go through and attack it. As they know that they're walking into an either reinforced city, or you ran the heck on out of there, or you had enough time to prepare your troops. Like if I have my guys gathering resources, 7.5 minutes is enough for a time for me to recall them, get them back there, and then my full army is going up against you. Or if I don't have enough mercs or whatever, I can buy enough mercs in 7 minutes and 30 seconds. So that is one way that Ulrich is super powerful. All right, let me show you the other heroes that you could possibly have. Because I know some of you are probably going to be like, well, do I need it? Do I not need it? And by the way, I'm not used to playing on a computer and everything. I usually play on my phone. Okay, we'll get into that in a second. Remember, this is all about playing smart. Okay, so that's other different equipment that I can use. Ulrich, let me switch you out. I am so sorry about this, guys. No? Why is it that I have a button that's not working? Meh. I will have to figure this out. Okay, when you're looking at the different captains and everything, I can talk you through it and all just because of the fact that, a lot of people in the clan, I can do that. Let's go to my clan members. I'll show you guys what exactly all this is doing. And if you don't want to be seen and everything, tough nuggies or whatever, you're on YouTube now. Okay, so look at all these different people and the characters that they have. You'll notice that some of them have like this guy, Ulrich. This dude right here, Tomas, he has it to where it's just your initial, I can't remember the guy's name. But you have a choice initially. This guy, I think, is Farron, and he's used for voting on a higher level, like whenever it's Clash of Thrones or whatever. Svatogor or whatever is his name. This guy is interesting because for Svatogor, when you take all of your captains and you dismiss them, and he's by himself and he's doing a march, he is 50% more powerful than normal. So when I was playing over in the Beowulf Kingdom, I put him on in order to take on the Hydra in the Armageddon event. And when you do that and everything, I took him and I increased him 50% by just dismissing my other captains. It's really, really useful in order to try and make your hero more powerful. The only reason why I would suggest that anybody gets Spectacor or whatever is if they plan on doing a lot of leveling through the Armageddon event. That would be a good way to do it. So as you can see, there's some people in my clan that have gone through and upgraded to different ones, like Ulrich or whatever. Other people that have gotten different things. There's a few that I would recommend. There's some that I don't recommend. So, like, one of them that I had for a while, I don't know if oh, there it is. So, Valencia. Valencia, this weird-looking woman or whatever, the description basically says that she gets a chest every single, I think it's like 18 hours. And that chest is basically a gift from one of her lovers. So it might be like 500,000 in stone. It might be a package of mercs. And when I say mercs, it's like a few hundred mercs or whatever. She gives you good stuff. So if you're a developing player and you want to go through and have it to where you're switching in between like different ones, because they do have different ways that you can switch in between your heroes. So let me try and show you. And I'm saying try because I haven't been successful so far. Oh, yeah, the VIP thing. I'll get back to that in a second. You guys really need to know that. Okay. So if you're trying to switch in between your different like heroes or whatever, there is a button that allows you to do it or whatnot. Right now, I have access to 5 different heroes. I have Valencia. I have Spectacor. I have a necromancer guy that gives you a bunch of potions, and then I have Ulrich. And then you also come with the initial 2, the guy or the girl that everybody gets from the very beginning. For me, I like to have Ulrich most of the time, just because of the fact that I don't want to get attacked where I don't know it's coming. And then, I mean, granted, if you're asleep and everything, that 7.5 minutes ain't going to help you at all. But, you know, if you're awake, it's definitely going to help you. So I keep Ulrich most of the time. If you're in like a player versus player mode, make sure that you have Ulrich up. It's an absolute necessity. I'll try and figure out how to go through and get it to where we can do the other part. Okay, here's some things that most players do not know or they haven't delved into very much. There's a thing called VIP. All right. Now, granted, I'm showing you this on the computer and everything, but I'm used to the phone, so I'm kind of clunky with this. I do apologize. VIP is so cheap and so essential that every single player needs to be paying attention to it. With VIP, it gives you all these added bonuses. So like for this one, free city construction speed up by 1 hour and 10 minutes. Free daily job speed up. So for the free daily jobs, I never had to do a single daily job, and I automatically can just claim it. They pop up every single 3 hours, and I get 10 daily jobs. See how it says +5? Whereas initially when you first start, you only get 5. So I'm getting 10 things that are giving me rewards every single 3 hours. Very, very useful. Production of all resources, up 36%. Now, granted, this is because of the fact that I am VIP level 22. Whenever you buy something, like a lot of times, it'll give you these things that kind of look like a crown, right? And those crown points, let me show you how it looks, kind of like this. When you click on the crown points, now granted, I've used up all of mine and I could go through and buy or whatever in order to add, but you guys get the point. It'll give you different amounts. Sometimes it's the 6,700, sometimes it's, 5,000 or 50,000 or 1,000 or whatever. Use these in order to increase your VIP level. And then the other part of it is to where you get to extend it. So you might notice in different packages or different sales, or even in different prizes that, you guys can get from other people's, purchases, where it has this crown looking thing. This one can go through and extend it for an hour. This one can extend it for a day. And I have 227 of them. So I can be a VIP for the next 6 months, 7 months. We got VIP for 7 days. Always, always, always be in VIP mode. I can't even tell you how important it is. And I'm going to show you why. So for VIP, let me see if I can figure this out because I have not done this in the computer mode. VIP status on that. No. Oh, okay. All right. Now I know what I was going to show you. VIP is important because of the fact that it will increase them for all those bonuses that I was showing you guys. Whether or not it's production or whether or not we're talking about construction speed, tower capacity, technology research speed, army strength, blah, 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 all those things. This is something that you want to develop. Now, granted, it usually involves you doing purchases and stuff like that. But like I said before, make sure that when you do your purchases, you are smart about it. Do not waste a huge amount of money. VIP being at level 22 is nice, but it takes time. I've only been playing this game 6 weeks, horribly enough. You could tell that I've done a lot of purchases. My bank account definitely could tell that I've done a lot of purchases too because it doesn't like me very much right now. Okay, one other thing that I wanted to show you guys, and it's over here. See this plus symbol? I'm sorry, it's at a bad angle. I'm going to click on it. The plus symbol is something that you need to check every single day because a lot of you are getting these prizes and you don't even realize what the heck they do. So for like experience points, if I fought a battle right now, I'm getting no experience bonus. But if I go through and click on it, I've gotten these from just other people's purchases or other different things. I can go through and hit use. I can increase the amount of time that I am currently getting that bonus. There is one purchase that I made a long time ago and I'm like, holy crap, this is so awesome. It is called Crush Your Enemies, and I'm going to show you it just because of how good it is. If you go under battles and you go to the very, very end of it, if you're scrolling down for a phone or if you are on the computer, see how it says Crush Your Enemies? It has these different things where it doubles your experience points. It doubles the amount of conquest points. It doubles the valor. It also increases your army strength and other things. I'll go back to it. Sorry, this darn thing likes to go forward. All these different things help you out tremendously. And the other good thing about it is that in here, see how it's got those crowns? So we can go through and add that to our VIP status and everything. This package is only $4.99. It is absolutely necessity. If you're trying to like go through and if you're trying to level up quickly, Crush Your Enemies is a very, very cost-effective thing. Doesn't cost very much. It's very worthwhile. And a lot of times what ends up happening is that you get these things for free from other people in your clan. If you have clan members that are active players, you don't need to spend money. You'll get these. Now, granted, you won't get the week-long ones, which this thing is only $4.99, but think of it this way. When you go fight an epic monster, you're going to get twice the amount of Valor points because of the fact that you have this. If you fight somebody else's city, I'm getting twice the amount of conquest points than that person is, no matter what. So it's cheap, but it is very, very good. So your main character matters. Go through and always make sure that you have it to where, like, if you can have VIP, you do it. And the other thing about it is you got to make sure that you go through and click this blue little icon over here with the plus. The other thing is this premium aspect, and I'll show you why I do it. And that's all like not to entice you to do it or whatever, but it is very useful. So there are a few things that I told, my friends and family and everybody else that no matter what, I'm going to get this because of the fact that I need it. Here's the things in particular that I are like, no matter what, I'm going to have it in order to be competitive. Premium is one of them. VIP, if I have to get the packages, I have to get the packages, but most of the time I can get it for free from other people. And then, because of the clan chests and all that kind of stuff. And then also the triumphal sales, which, if those of you that saw it before, remember the triumphal 3 columns? That is an absolute necessity. This is once a month that I basically pay, what is it, about or you could do it for about $110. But it is like, if you want to grow quickly, it's the #1 way to do it without spending a whole lot of money. It is so well worth the money. The premium, it costs you $4.99 for 7 days, right? But what it does is, you have 3 choices. You can either be a great marshal, adds 25% strength to your army, 25% health, 50% silver, 50% food. The other area that you could go through and do that's really worthwhile is the Great Ruler. Now, here's the one that I like the most because of the fact that I'm so high level that it takes forever for anything to happen. 75% to construction speed. So it's basically like having an extra Farhad or an extra Aurora for construction speed, technology speed, and 200% to building resources. So if you want to play on the cheap and you can't constantly be going through and sending out straw ore on out to go get the different resources that you need, then this is a good way to do it. I will spend the $4.99 every single week. I'll just eat at McDonald's one less time. Or if I want to have the triumphal, I just won't eat a nice dinner or go out on any dates or something like that. Who knows? I will figure out whatever the heck it is that I got to do in order to have it to where I can afford certain things. With this premium, it is vital. Crush your enemies sale that I showed you guys earlier. You go over to battles. Go to the end of it. Crush your enemies. $4.99 a week. Pretty darn worth it. The other thing that would be nice to have and everything, but it's not to where you can't get by without it, is there is a watchtower icon. And I'm going to try and find it on my screen. I have never, ever, ever used the computer before, so this is funny. Watchtower kind of looks like oh, here it is. Watchtower looks like a telescope or whatever. You click on it. So then what it does is you can look up the monsters that you need to kill and the level. So we're going to go through and activate it. I have it for 6 more hours. One of my free ones. Yay. So with this, the dragon can always go through and spot different things because the dragon, is high up in the air, so it knows where exactly. So you'll get this for free. But then when you're looking for monsters that you can kill and you don't have to worry about the dragon, like sometimes on the daily jobs it says or quests it says, kill 5 common monsters. And I'm like, all right, so I don't want to lose anybody or have anybody die. So I'm going to go kill the weakest darn people that I can find that's close to my city. This guy's only 6 kilometers away. Therefore, it's like a 20-second, 30-second march. I'm going to go kill this level 8 dude. So all I have to do is click on go. And then it pops up with the individual monster. This is what my city looks like right here. And then I could go through and select them and all this other kind of stuff. Okay, now, one other thing that I got to show you guys because of the fact that we're in it and we might as well address it real quick. I'll keep this very short. When you're attacking a monster, so many people attack wrong. And I was taught this and, it's something where it's like, oops. Okay, so let's say, for instance, I'm going to use Cleopatra. Because it's such a weak monster, I can't use my dragon. Then you go through and you're going to pick who you're going to send. Send people that are better at fighting ground and pound type of people. Whether or not it's with a spear or with a, with a sword or whatever. Do not send, these are all my monsters, right? My son absolutely loves the T-Rex and all, so I show him the T-Rex and he's like, oh, T-Rex. He's 6, so he's cute. But anyways, And then when you're picking your actual guardsman troop, send the guys on horseback. Do not send archers. I learned that the hard way. And then also send the guys with the spears. And then what you do is, after you're done with that, we're going to hit start march. Says it's going to take 1:50 seconds because my guys are slow. I haven't upgraded their marching speed yet. But in order to speed it up at the very top, there is a speed up button. I have an absolute crap ton of speed ups. 1973. Yeah. Let's get it up to 41 seconds. You can always get it down to where it's at like 20. Once it gets down to 20, you cannot speed it up any more than that. Cleopatra's going to go on out. Now, granted, I'm so high level that this monster poses absolutely no threat. And she goes through and kills it. Yeehaw. Anyways. So that's how you properly go through and kill a monster. That's all I'm going to do on that because chances are you've actually realized how to do that at this point. Okay, so just to recap, the things that you really need to spend money on. If you're going to be a serious player every single month, things to spend money on. Number one. Oh, let me see, though. It's over here. Triumphal, 3 columns or 3 rows. Costs you $110. You can even do just the $29 one, the golden one, and that one will get you by. If you want to get really good, the elite level is a good way to go. Next up is the premium aspect. Premium over here. It's $4.99 a week. I know these things add up. But you can either be a great marshal, you can be a great ruler. The thing about these is you can only switch it every single 15 minutes. So plan out where exactly you want to be and what you want to do, and just stick with that for a while. The biggest mistake that I've made while I've had this is that I forget to switch them from one to the other, and then I'll go fight an epic monster, and I'll still be in great ruler mode. This does not help you battle. This one does. So make sure that you switch it up in order to know which one you're going to be doing at the time. Like, always make sure you think out your battles before you actually do them. So we have the triumphal sales, we have the premium, and then the other thing, if you can afford it, is another $4.99 a week, is the watchtower, the spyglass looking one. It's a very good thing. All right, that's going to end this video. The other thing, please get Ulrich. Please, please, please. It helps out every single player that ever needs to do defense. Once you get to the point to where you can start slaughtering other people and you're really, skilled at this game, then get a different hero. But until then, get Ulrich. You guys have a good night, and I'll get ready for the next video over Beowulf.